About a year ago, I was peeling a skincare mask off my shoulders when my boyfriend walked into the room and asked what I was doing. Without thinking, I joked, "Oh, I'm just shedding my skin since I finished my period." I immediately saw the confusion on his face. It was like I could hear the gears turning in his head. At first, he looked unsure, but then he started asking questions, and somehow he actually believed me. I decided to keep the joke going. "So, why do women have to shed their skin?" he asked. "Well," I said, trying to stay serious, "you know how women shed the lining of their uterus during their period? It's basically the same idea, but since it doesn't contract, we have to peel it off manually, kind of like reptiles." "Reptiles?" he repeated, surprised. "Yeah, women actually share some DNA similarities with reptiles," I added, barely holding it together. "That's actually really cool. Does it hurt?" "Only a little," I replied, "but it's such a relief once it comes off." "Do all women do this?" "Yes," I said, "but we're really insecure about it because guys sometimes make fun of us, so it's not something we talk about openly." He nodded seriously. "I don't judge you at all. It's natural. I'm glad you trust me enough to tell me." He hugged me, and I hugged him back, trying with everything in me not to laugh. Somehow, I kept a straight face. A few weeks later, he mentioned it around my best friend. I gave her a quick look, and she immediately played along. Then he brought it up with his sister. She went along too. Soon, I secretly told his mom to support the story if he ever asked. Before long, his aunt, my mom, our cousins, his grandmother, and basically every woman he knew was backing up the same ridiculous story. It spread everywhere. It was hilarious until it was. One night, we were all sitting at the dinner table. I had a sunburn on my shoulder and it was starting to peel. He looked at me and said, completely serious, "That must be rough. Your sunburn is peeling and you have to peel again for that time of the month." His mom instantly burst out laughing and nearly spit out her drink. His sister covered her face, shaking with laughter. I tried to hold it in, but I was trembling. His dad confused and asked what he meant. My poor boyfriend said, "You know, when girls have their period, they have to peel their skin, right?" His dad stared at everyone and said, "What in the world have you all been telling this poor guy?" That's when everyone completely lost it. I was laughing so hard, I had tears streaming down my face. I finally admitted everything because I couldn't keep the lie going anymore. Later, when we were alone, he looked at me and said, "Everyone has been lying to me, and you started." I felt terrible and kept apologizing. He stayed quiet for a moment. Then suddenly, he started laughing harder than I'd ever seen. He said he couldn't believe I convinced every woman in his life to go along with it. Then he smiled and said, "You better watch your back. I'm definitely getting you back for this."